Sharon Klingler is with me, medium extraordinaire and psychic, and just an expert in the development of your own psychic potential and the forces that go with that. And we're going to talk about how you can use your psychic forces to increase the harvest, the abundance in your life. Right, Sharon?
That's exactly right. First of all, your psychic energy, you have to be aware that your psychic energy is part of your astral energy, and you can use your psychic energy, you can lift your psychic energy to higher uses, or you can actually let your psychic energy flow through the lower emotional experience, and your astral energy will simply turn into an emotional energy. And so it's very important to understand that there are a number of steps and things that have to happen for your psychic attraction to create a harvest beyond measure. And that is, first of all, you have to combine and resonate, make a singular resonance between what happens in your mind, the actions that you take, and the energy you carry, and the emotions that you have. And so, first of all, you have to be aware that fullness brings fullness, and lack brings lack. So if you try to lift your psychic force, we're going to be doing a process later that helps you do a combination of these things to lift your psychic forces. But if you try to lift your psychic forces, but if you spend the rest of your day thinking how empty your life is, what a failure things have been, and all of that type of thing, that mental energy will be cross-productive to the psychic energy that you put out. And so it's very important that you understand that all of the work that needs to happen is both mental, emotional, actual, meaning physical, and then psychic as well. So be aware of the thoughts and the emotions that you have, and be aware of the definitions and the ideas of lack that you experience through the day, and make some changes in them. Immediately change any words of lack to words of fullness, even if at first it doesn't feel as if you're being truthful because you have a sense of lack. Let yourself have the fullness. And so change the words that you use. I know there's a lot about this in my book, Power Words, and indeed we're going to be using a process from that book as well. But make sure that your mind is on board and your belief system about yourself is one of fullness and grace and an abundant understanding of your truth, which is, of course, your divine source of joy that is your eternal spirit.
Yeah, even if you can start with just saying, I open my eyes, my mind, my life, my heart to the fullness that is already there, to the abundance that I already have. That makes you more aware of the fullness and makes you shift that consciousness of lack.
Right, and being grateful for what you already have and the things that you already have. And indeed, being grateful for the things that you know you're capable of doing, even if at this moment you're not doing them. I'm grateful for the idea, I'm grateful for the truth that I can exercise. I have a body where I can exercise. I haven't exercised for a few weeks, but I'm grateful that I can exercise. So be grateful for the things that you know that you can create. So the second step we have to be aware of is that a harvest of abundance requires an investment. Every harvest requires an investment of effort, thought, and time. Okay, you cannot grow plants and harvest plants without planting seeds. You have to make that investment. And so we have to know that we can't just think things and hope that they happen. We have to take the action. So of planting the seeds. We have to take the action if we want to be a best-selling writer. We actually have to take the action of writing. If we want to get our books out there, we actually have to take the action of marketing. So know that an abundant harvest requires also abundant action. So make sure that your physical world and your active world resonates to the fullness and the abundance that you're seeking. And then, of course, we talked about using power words to trigger strong thoughts and an emotional response, as well as the actions of success and harvest. I love the one of my favorites is incessant increscence, which means just continuing and ongoing increase. And then there's one that's Gaelic from the Isle of Man, that's called Lane Palchis, which is Lanepalchis, which means full abundance. But I think one of my favorite ones is the French succès fou, which means actually crazy, extraordinary financial abundance. So you can plant some of these foreign words, or you can just start to say abundant life, abundant joy, abundant power, abundant success, and bountiful success, boundless experience of wealth and happiness. Start to put these words, salt and pepper these words through your day. And also, when you're starting to take the action that you want to make, the abundant action that you want to take that supports your harvest, salt and pepper these words into your experience of taking that action, so that you know this action, it's kind of like reminding yourself that this action will actually come to bear fruit. And then lastly, of course, is the bringing your psychic energy and seeing the entire universe as your partner. If you see a conflict between you and others, and you're always in a state of conflict between you and others, then there's a difficulty in resonating with the experience of everyone's my partner. So we're going to do a process now for you to recognize that once you start taking the action, and once you start creating the words and the emotions and the beliefs of fullness, then you can start to realize that all of the world, all of the universe is your partner.
And that really triggers your psychic forces.
Yes, absolutely.
That really puts you in synchronicity.
Yes, that's right. Because once you start seeing yourself in communion with the world of spirit, and indeed even people in the physical world as supporting your energy, the vibration, the literal physical vibration in your body, in your mind, and your emotions starts to lift. Because when you have a collective of people, there's a greater vibratory frequency that is involved. So let's take a moment now. Of course, if you're driving, you can't close your eyes. But for the rest of you that are listening in a place where you can give yourself a chance to relax, let's start to do that now.